What's going on, everyone? How's the audio? Because I got my mic in a different position. I'm hoping if it's up there, I can keep it out of the view of the camera and it'll be cooler. Can you guys hear me all right? So we got here. Family cash out. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you. 5x5. Nice, nice. What's up? Yo, yo. Can hear you good. Love that avatar. What's going on? What's up? Nice to see you. No letters. Right? What's going on, crazy guy? What's up, Matt? Not much. What was fam community item? Commissary item? Favorite commissary item? Well, it was soda, but then the warden made the yard a sugar-free yard, so then it kind of sucked after that. Welcome back, CRS. How are you doing as a free man? I'm great. I still have nightmares from time to time. Like the other night, I had a nightmare that I said something wrong on a YouTube video, and the judge gave me 40 years. Sad as hell. I was all broken up in the nightmare, but I still went into court like, eh. But yeah, other than that, like I'm doing all right. I don't seem to be suffering from any of the PTSD problems a lot of ex-cons have, so that's good. Greetings from Southeast Wisconsin. So you're like Kenosha, Milwaukee area? Glad to see you back. I'm glad to be back. It was a wild ride. I'm glad it's over with. What kind of birds don't fly? The kind I'm getting set free. Thoughts on the Ruger S? I haven't actually seen that one yet. I found out High Point is doing silencers and ARs. Gonna wind up doing a video on that soon. Hey Matt, how's the cancer? As far as I know, right now it's good. I still have to get scans all the time just to make sure that things ain't getting out of control. But as far as we know, it's good right now. Greetings, fellow felon. Matt, I need to talk to you about what happened to me. The best way to get a hold of me is shoot me a private message on Instagram. That's pretty much where creators do their private messaging. I do have an X in that, but you got to be a member to send private messages on there. Instagram is the best way. It's CRS_Firearms. And then you can just shoot me messages on there. Do you still eat ramen? No, I actually quit eating ramen even before I got incarcerated because I used to be on the ramen noodle diet because I was so broke and starting a family and everything. So I got sick of ramen years ago. Glad you're back, man. I'm glad to be back. Like it's pretty awesome. YouTube has changed for the worst. What's up, Matt? What's going on? Oh, wrong button. There we go. Looking forward to the 18 USC 925C program being enacted. Will you qualify for it? I should. Now, I should have also qualified for the A21, though, because the A21, they said I didn't qualify because I had firearms charges. But I didn't get the 15-year enhancement because they weren't firearms charges. So we'll have to see what happens. The judge was intentionally trying to screw me on that one. That's why they sentenced me at like a level 34. But then I got the time for a 25. But on my PSR, it also says I'm an 18. So even if she couldn't justify not giving me the 821, she could have been like, all right, so we're going to go from 34 to 32. Oh, you're still below that time. You're not getting any time off your sentence. Mr. CRS is a badass. Thank you. Thank you. You're free. Hell yeah, man. Glad to be out. Welcome back, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. At any point, did you meet any federal agencies or COs that were a fan of the channel? Yeah, actually quite a bit. Basically the how do you word it? The unwritten rule, and it might even be written somewhere, is they're not supposed to recognize you. If they recognize you, you're supposed to immediately go to the SHU, and then they're supposed to ship you off. But it wouldn't have mattered because no matter what prison I would have went to, somebody would have recognized me. Now, the inmates didn't, because a lot of the inmates were down long before my channel was ever even a thing. But a lot of the COs, they'd say stuff to me, and they recognize me. Hope the shit overturns and you get full rights. It should. I really can't see him enforcing the whole auto key card conviction. You never know. I mean, crazier things have happened, but I can't see it. That's a crazy rule, dude. Yes, it is. Yes, I agree. Mr. CRS held it down and stayed strong and loyal. You are an amazing woman. I think you're talking about my girl, but yeah, she did pretty awesome. She held it down. A lot of girls don't. I've seen several people just lose it on the phone. You can see them like start to tremble and stuff, and then their voice raises, and that's like, yep, their wife's telling them they're getting a divorce. The divorce rate is really that high. You see it constantly. Like dudes on the phone, like week before, whatever. Oh, I love and I miss you, and then you can kind of like, there's no privacy in prison, so you see everything. Then you can kind of like see the attitude start to change, and then bam, then they have the emotional breakdown, and then they don't call anyone for a few days. So no more deer hunting, not at the moment. If everything goes sideways and somehow I can't get all my rights back, then I'll get into bow hunting, but we'll worry about that later. Right now, I'm convinced I'm going to win anyway, so not really pushing the issue. I hope they don't hold it up, but I also have zero faith that they will do the right thing. And it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. You can crossbow hunt, right? I got to double check in Wisconsin because they're weird about felons. I believe so. Some states you can't do anything with a trigger mechanism. I believe Wisconsin you can't do black powder, but you can do crossbow. I'll have to check on that though. You can use muzzle loader, I think. In most states you can, and federally you can. Wisconsin you can't. They say any sort of propellant is a firearm. I don't know how it's actually written, but something to that effect. He should be able to bow hunt. Crossbow is legal in Wisconsin. Crossbow is legal in Wisconsin. I don't know, though, because, like I said, you can't muzzle load in Wisconsin if you're a felon, so it's hard to say if they'll let crossbow go or not. I think even the state of Minnesota, you can muzzle loader hunt. You can't in Wisconsin, though. Virginia's. I'll be outside. I think I'm reading that one right. Move to a free state. Dude, I want to say thank you for the letter you wrote me back when you were sitting on one of incarcerated. Yeah, I actually enjoyed a lot of the letters you guys wrote me. Thank you. That helped so much. You wouldn't believe it, but man, getting a letter when you've been on a lockdown, especially a long one, 30-day or so, it helps a lot. Off topic though. 50 caliber air rifles are pushing some power down. Yeah, they are. Wisconsin is a fairly free state. It is. It really is. Wisconsin is crazy about firearms laws. I don't know they weren't as crazy as Florida. Because like I said, I went into Wisconsin judge for my arraignment, and he was like, you're free to go, dude. I deal with real criminals. But Florida, they were like, yeah. My co-defendant, they're like, there's no combination of circumstances where you'd be free on the street. So that was pretty wild. Pennsylvania is not cool anymore either. Time for a single shot channel. A single shot channel. Well, it's not that. It's not that this channel is not just, all right, so I'm demonetized, right? But it's not the channel itself demonetized. Like back when I used to get in trouble and stuff like that, and I'd be like on a 90-day demonetization, I could still get monetized on my car channel. This time, that reporter went off from my Google AdSense. So it doesn't matter what channel I have, I can't get paid on any channel right now unless I can get my Google AdSense back reinstated. Did that one. Hello, all friends and family. Thank you. Happy you're home. Been following you for a while. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. PA also does semi-auto and hunting exceptions for shotguns. Yeah, that's my Cash App right there. Obviously, I'm demonetized on the channel. I even got the little QR code right there. So you can zoom in and take a screenshot of that if you do want to send a Cash App, and then I'll just read it off. Now it says your full names on Cash App, and I'm assuming most people want their full name read on, especially on my channel. So I'll just say your initials. Unless you want me to say your full name, then write it in the comment. What we got here? Getting spear hunting. Honestly, if somehow this felony does stick, it's not going to. But if somehow it does, I will do some sort of hunting because I enjoy it. Whether that's bow hunting or air rifle, I don't know. Let's see what happens. You're lucky it's federal because Wisconsin has rules that if you're committed of a crime elsewhere, that would be considered a felony in Wisconsin. It may... Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how all this plays out as things shake out. Irvin and y'all and Matt. Oh, I got a Cash App. This is from Kurt. He didn't say anything other than his name. It's Kurt24. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All DLD stream. I sent Dark an invite to the stream. I don't know if he'll show up or not. I sent Rich and Crump an invite too, and Matt from Floodbusters. We'll see if anyone shows up. If not, it's cool. I like hanging out with you guys. Actually, it is very easy to get your gun rights restored back in Arizona. Well, that's cool. What's your... What are your release stipulations? Anything crazy? All right, so I'm actually in BOP custody right now because I got the ankle monitor on. Now, if they switch me to FML, which I understand is probation, then it's a different set of stipulations. Under BOP custody, it's just like you're in prison. You can't drink. You can smoke cigarettes. So I'm not sure what the discrepancy is there. No weapons, obviously. Now, when I get federal probation, the restrictions are I'm not on a no drink, so I would be able to drink. But obviously, if I get tanked and cause a bar fight or something like that, that's going to be a problem. But like if I had a beer with my steak, it's okay because I'm not on a no drink. But I did ask, strippers are okay. Cocaine's not. No drugs. What was the other one? No weapons of any kind. They define weapon as anything that's been modified to harm a human. So that's not cool there. Now, I believe Wisconsin also has a limitation on body armor. I don't think that's federal. I got to check because each state's different. I was just looking into that, but I forgot what it said about Wisconsin. But I believe I can't have body armor either. It's a state crime. That wouldn't be a federal crime. Dark is probably getting ready for lobby day. Sounds like a drag. It is, but I'm not behind the wall, so that's pretty awesome. Being behind the wall kind of sucks, so glad I'm not there anymore. Sorry I couldn't join you. Oh, it's fine, man. I'll probably be on for probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours if you want to jump in at any time. But if not, it's not a big deal. Hi from John Crump News. He's a solid dude. I met him when I went to Virginia. He really is a solid dude. Agree, him getting on sub would be awesome. If you need any moderators, I'd love to help out. I don't actually know how to do that. Let me try something real quick. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry to break the live stream up like this. Switch accounts. Right. Go to view channel. Go to channel. Add as a moderator. There we go. That worked. Nice, nice. All right, where was I? Kurt 24 on the job. Speaking of which, this should be an embarrassment that the ATF let the biggest trafficker of machine guns ever in the United States, 666 machine guns right under their noses, and they completely, I mean, on paper it looks bad. It looks really, really bad. I am the biggest illegal firearms trafficker in American history, and I got off light, I guess you would say, and this should be an embarrassment to the ATF, but I'm glad it did happen because, yeah, I couldn't imagine sitting in prison just sweating bullets right now, hoping my appeal goes through. Like Tate, he got a raw deal. If he doesn't win his appeal, like getting some love, he ain't coming home. He got 20 years, so you're going to sit 85%. That's 8.5 on every 10. And he doesn't get First Step Act because it was a destructive device, so that disqualifies him from that. So he's looking at 17 years time. Now he will get Second Chance Act. So 16 years is what he would have to sit if he doesn't get any kind of love out of the appeal. Now, if Matt can get him down to at least 10, which I do believe will happen because the government was even like, okay, yeah, you're right, we did over-sentence him. So let's pretend they could get it down to 10. Well, he'd have to sit 8.5, a year off for Second Chance Act, so 7.5. I think he's already been down 4. So he'd have like 3 years left. He'd be past the halfway mark. But man, if he has to sit the whole 20, that's a rough deal. I'm glad I'm not in that boat. Like, I feel horrible for that guy. He really got it bad. John Crump is getting on strange. As far as machine guns back in the ATF, so dude. Crump has. They tricked you on the. They should have swept it under the rug because it appears that that bad of law enforcement for 17 years, right? Not you spam me. Oh, don't worry about spamming me. The chat goes so fast. If I'm not, the best way to get the chat through obviously would be Cash App, and then just send what you want me to say in there, and I'll see that right away. But if you don't want to do that, just keep putting it in the chat because I'm only looking at the chat when I'm not directly talking. So anytime I'm talking, I'm not looking at the chat, and comments go by pretty fast to where it's very possible I might miss it. All right, so back to what you're saying. Not to spam you, but thoughts on the FRTs. Do you think they will last? Do you think a gray area on Trump might try to go after them like he did the bump stocks? I feel Trump learned, and I got a Cash App. I'm going to get you in just 1 second, so don't check out. I don't think Trump will, because I think he realizes of that mistake that was in the first term. I think that was one of the reasons he lost. Yes, I do believe there was some fraud going on, but we should have had a strong enough vote to where it wouldn't have mattered. But I think things like going after the bump stock, red flag laws switched enough people to where their fraud was able to work. So I don't think he'd go after that again. Plus, it sets up because, I mean, obviously the next step in is either going to be that dude from Florida or J.D. Vance. Those will likely be the next two runners for the president, in my opinion. They're most commonly known and stuff. And if he did something like that, it would destroy theirs. And Trump's at the age where he's trying to make a legacy right now. It's why he doesn't care about all that crap and he's just doing what the hell he wants, what he thinks America wants, because he wants his name to go in the history books for him to be remembered, because what else has he got left? He's like, what, like 70 or 80 years old? So the point is, if a Republican doesn't follow him up, the next president that's come in is just going to erase everything he does. But if they can get another 8 years of somebody on the right, helps permanently cement what he did, like Obama would like get rid of gas vehicles. Obviously, Trump did that. So, like, it still can happen, but not having another right-leaning president in next would just undermine everything he did. So I don't think he's going to do anything that will intentionally piss everybody off on his voter base. And I believe he's either got a hell of a think tank telling him what we want. Because, I mean, some of the shit he's brought up, like the Epstein list and stuff like that, like, yeah, we've been talking about that for a long time. That was actually a really smart move to be like, hey, well, let's have that come out, and the JFK files and all this stuff to just end all these conspiracies and be as transparent as possible and constantly being on the news. I don't think that he would do anything like that. Now, should a leftist president get in next, it's very possible to raise the tax stamp to like $1 billion and they'll go after the FRTs again. I don't know what their settlement looks like. That's another thing too. Like, the DOJ settled saying that, hey, we shouldn't go after you. But one of their terms to being able to go back in there, from what I understand, I mean, I haven't seen it myself, is that they have to keep a mailing list and they have to aggressively attack anybody that goes after anything similar. So that means if you have an FRT, you're definitely on the mailing list, which the government has full access to. So maybe that's a chess move to come after them later. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But I think the FRT has a better than a 50-50 shot of staying in circulation. I think it'll probably go the way of the binary and just cement itself into history. Because I honestly think the NFA is dead. The FRT made the NFA regulation on machine guns ridiculous. And very soon the Supreme Court is going to say the AR-15 by name is protected. And what AR-15? Black AR-15s, purple AR-15s, pink AR-15s, long AR-15s, short AR-15s, full auto AR-15s, 3-round burst AR-15s. They're going to have to generalize it and just be like AR-15s, period, are protected by the Second Amendment, and that protects SBRs, full autos, the whole 9 yards. So that's my opinion on it. Get this Cash App real quick. From Mark M23 Project. Protect Kate stamp. I think I'm reading this wrong. Projectile. Oh, the M23 projectile. Protect Katie stamp. I'm going to have to have my text reader read that because I think I'm reading it wrong and I don't want to screw it up.
For Mark M23 projectile, Project KD sample.
Oh, Project! Ha! That makes sense. So Mark M23 for Project Katie. Thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Okay, I got it. Pay cash at a gun show. Thanks. Yeah, I'm still like, I am not telling you to avoid the ATF because avoiding the ATF itself is illegal. But I would buy mine from a gun show. That's all I got to say about that. And I'd probably actually go after the Super Safety because watching a bunch of reviews on them, the Super Safety seems to be a better product. Plus, I just don't like how they're acting. AR-15 is the only company. Armorlight, if you are looking at others' copies, they don't use AR-15. It says something. No, I get that. Like the M&P 15, the XM 15. What's the Ruger's? SR 15? but it's just commonly known as AR-15. So kind of like silencer and suppressor. It doesn't really matter what you call it. People know what you're talking about. Like you got AR-10s, AR-15s. I say that, and people know what I'm saying. But you are correct. AR-15 stands for Armor Light. Well, not AR-15. AR stands for Armor Light. Anyways, appreciate the post on the Cash App, Kurt. That's what we're using for a step in for Super Chats since demonetized on YouTube. AR is a generic term anymore. Yes, I agree. It's just, that's what people know it as. I was at a show and saw Zero SS Gits. SS Gits. I was at a show and saw Zero SS Gits. I don't think I'm reading your comment right. Tell some stories of inside the slammer. Did inmates respect you more or less when they figured out what you were? If you want stories, you got to ask specific things because I don't really know where to go on stories because there's a prison culture is difficult to explain without alienating a bunch of your audience because everything's separated by race and location. So now, did inmates respect me any more or less? So at first it didn't go so well because I started talking about my case because I was so upset about it, and then they had the people on the street look me up, and then they'd think I was like super famous and rich or something like that. So they try to roll over me, and I didn't like make an example out of them, but I definitely didn't let that happen. And it especially happened in county by a pen boy, and whew, I thought I was gonna get my ass beat over that one. That was rough. That dude was scary. I watched him beat people bloody. And then he's trying to like roll up on me and basically extort me. And I'm like, no, dude, it's not happening like that. And I thought I was going to wake up in the hospital, but for some reason, I don't know if maybe the fact that his street people told him I was in like firearms or self-defense or something like that, but he didn't. And that happened twice where somebody that could have just stomped me didn't for some reason. So I don't know. It was kind of a give or take. But yeah, having them know that I had a name on the street, like not famous, but like people knew who I was, made people think I was rich, and then they try to like take advantage of me. Minnesota gun show, loads of super safeties. Oh, SS super safeties. I'm retarded. I don't know how I didn't put that together. I was just talking about super safeties. I heard country is way worse than state, or county is way worse than state. Oh yeah, county is bad because there's no segregation. Like when you get to federal prison, there's different tiers. You don't go up in custody unless it's not your first time, not your second time. It may not even be your third time. To get up to like mediums and pens, you've broke a lot of laws. You have violence in your past. You've been to prison more than 1 or 2 times. And so then they move you up to different custody levels. And county, it doesn't matter. I was in there with a dude that was doing it overnight for drunk driving, all the way up to a dude facing 2 PBLs. I was in there with pen boys. Like you're all just thrown into a pod, and it's violent. I think they said you have like a 20. I looked up the stats. I think it was a 25% of experiencing violence in county jail. Like it's just very violent. Now, when you get to a low, most everybody qualifies for First Step Act. If you get a violent shot, you don't qualify anymore. 100 serious shot, you go from roughly 60% of your time up to 85% of your time. That's a big incentive for people not to get violent in a low facility. Plus, everybody at a low has less than 20 years. Obviously, there's exceptions here or there, but generally speaking, like everybody there has less than 20 years. So Trump has hacked the account and pinned Cash App to a link. What's up, Crump? Appreciate it, man. But yeah, so like at a low, there's not much violence. Same with the camp. Mediums, now there's people there that have life. People's perspectives change how they're going to do time when they have life. Serial access hack, Crumper. trigger function versus rate of fire. Well, that's what the ATF was trying to base the. So when Biden came in, they were going after a couple of different things. They were going after potential firearms, silencers, or machine guns, and rate of fire. Because Trump got the whole thing going with the bump stocks. I think that's what inspired that. But either way, and that's why they went after solvent traps, even though those aren't a silencer. But they were trying to say that potential silencer parts are regulated, but the NFA doesn't say anything about potential. It does say silencer parts. So that was ridiculous. And then potential machine gun conversion devices like the auto key card, and then potential firearms like 80%ers and jigs and stuff like that. That was basically what they were all going about. Yes, I do have MREs up at onlytacticalfans@shopify.com. They're selling pretty well too. And it's awesome because you can get the MRE you want. And as the civilian market, MREs are just the band-aid to go from normal society to complete chaos. They're the bridge to cross that gap. You don't want to rip open your 55-gallon drum of food when the power's just been out for 2 days. The power goes out for 2 days. Okay, now we're going to eat an MRE. And now we're going to think, what's the next step? Is the next step opening up the 55-gallon drum of food? If that is the case, okay, now we've bridged that gap and we go there. Or you're eating your MRE and then the lights come back on. Okay, it was only a 3-day lights out. Not a big deal. MREs handled that situation. Or for hunting, because then you can have a hot meal in your stand, or you keep a couple in your car in case you have to hike home. Anyways, the pizza. That's what MREs are for. That's why you want to buy them not in a case, because otherwise you're just getting a bunch of flavors you don't really like. You buy just a couple for those situations. You don't build your survival stores off of MREs. Unless you're a billionaire. Then do what you want. I'm not going to judge you. You build your stores off of like Mountain House 55-gallon drums and 5-gallon buckets of food, of rice and corn and stuff like that, and you just use the MRE to bridge the gap. LOL. Yes, you are. LOL. John Crump News. All right, got to go weekend. Correct. That is your long-term. That's where you go for long-term food stores. Again, MREs, that's not what those are. Those are just a bridge. Bricks. Hello, how are you? I'm doing great. I'm not incarcerated. I'm here with my family. I'm actually staring at my daughters right now. Are you using the 3D printer glue sticks? Are those glue sticks you got? Oh. I'm actually staring at my daughters right now doing art. Obviously, again, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Her channel also got deleted because of all of this, which was partly my fault, but so that sucks. So we have to make you a new channel again. But yeah, I'm staring at my daughters working on art. It's pretty cool. I'm not behind the wall. I'm just having a good time, honestly. Like this is my year. You just watch. This is my year. Happy you're back, man. Been watching you since the reviews of the Sky. Wow, that's a long time ago. The Sky was one of the first pistols I reviewed because, so we built the gun shop, right? We took a bunch of our personal firearms in there. We sold those, and then we linked up with the distributor, and we're like, all right, let's start buying guns. And one of the first ones we bought was the Skies, and I did reviews on them. So, yeah, you go way back. And I believe you if you bought a Ruger 1022 off me because that's like the best 22 ever made, and I definitely promote the crap out of that one on my channel. See about Kick or Rumble for another account, video outlet, both said sites on free speech. I agree. Yeah, those are great accounts to go to. I probably will eventually in the future. I'm still getting my feet under my knee right now. So, like, when I make moves like that, I want to be a little more comfortable. I'll get there, though. CRS Firearms, Mike 23 project. Project Katie was a nuclear 16-inch shell for battleships. It was kind of a Cash App note. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I didn't know that they put a nuclear shell in a battleship. That's kind of cool. You helped me get refreshed on my on the AR-15 in the past. Thank you for that and making me a moderator. Yeah, not a problem. I see you in here all the time, so you might as well be a moderator. Honestly, though, it's been pretty light on hate. I haven't had a group of people, because I'm not even going to bring up their name because they don't deserve the attention, but they would like get their Discord and get it all ramped up, and then they'd all like spam my videos or spam a live stream. So it's very important to have a moderator because they post a bunch of stuff in the comments trying to get my live pulled. But it's been pretty mellow lately. Like, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know why. Like, I don't know where all the hate went. Just moved to Alabama. I got my license to get my first gun. Right. I need a residence to purchase an FFL, right? So I don't know how that works with a resident. I would assume so. Remember, when you get your FFL, though, you want to get an 07, not an 03. Everyone's going to push you to an 03. You want to get an 07. That's your manufacturing FFL. Does everything the 03 can do, except now you can manufacture. Because then later, you put on your SOT. And now you can manufacture machine guns or silencers. Or sell them if you'd like. So get 07. Then later, you get 07, 02. Or no, is it 02, 07 SOT? It's been so many years since I looked at it, I could be wrong. CRS Firearms set the rules as a moderator, as they can shadow ban all of the channel viewers if they're bad. Yeah, they if the chat's getting that bad, they can definitely shut down your stream. But I haven't seen anything that's even remotely close to bad lately. I just need a local license. Oh, wrong button. Yes, current state ID for my first. John Crump News can tell you about that, I'm sure. I love you too, but basically the same TLT crew. Glad you're back. Appreciate it, man. I'm glad I'm back too. It was a long, bumpy ride, and I'm glad I'm off of it, to be honest. Now it's time to move forward and kick these dudes' asses. All right, so not 03 is a CNR. Okay, so 01 would be the one they normally push you to. 03 is a CNR, but you want an 07. Are you worried about the live stream affecting your case? What does the lawyer say? All right, so it can and can't affect the case. The case is cold. That means they can no longer pull in any evidence. Only I can on the 2255, and that's evidence that wasn't present at the time of trial that would have convinced all the 12 jurors I'm set free. Right now, they're limited in scope to just what was presented at trial. It's why it was really awkward that the prosecutor didn't try to defend the legality of the auto key card. Well, I know why she didn't, because otherwise she wouldn't have been able to get a conviction. Because we would have had experts come in there and been like, no, it's absolutely not a machine gun. And her own experts would have testified, no, it's not a machine gun. But because she didn't testify that, now that we're fighting the fact that, hey, this isn't even a machine gun, all they can do, like they did in the 3-judge appeal, was be like, well, the jury said it was. And you can't put a question of law in front of the jury. The jury needs to only be showing things that's already illegal. They're just there to decide whether or not you did it. Does that make any sense? So nothing I say here can affect the case, except unless like somebody sends this live stream to a judge, like, hey, check this out. And then the judge ignores the law and rules me guilty because of something I said, which generally they don't. I mean, they could. So I still I throttle stuff. But there's really nothing I can say that can mess it up other than if I called out the judges by name and started saying crazy stuff, then maybe. But other than that, like I said, it's a cold case. No more evidence can be introduced. I'm the only person who wondered about the concrete basement foundation. Is it the same crayon on the All right, so that was my daughter. I used to have her art easel like just outside of the frame, and then her art traveled over to there once because I used to have that whiteboard. Remember that? And it had a lower rack on it with Sharpie markers. I'm like, oh, you can draw on the Sharpie. Well, I went upstairs and she went from the whiteboard to now she's drawing on the wall, and that's what that is right there. I like the look of the OG Scar better. Yes, definitely. What's your opinion on? What's your opinion on the Origins, Oregon's? I haven't looked into that law yet. If it's a big deal, shoot me an article on Instagram. I bet the kids are happy. Yes, massive change in attitude. Like you can see it. The teachers even said so. Any plans on collaborations with other YouTubers? Got on Fortune Chip streams and tell your stories. If somebody invites me on, I'm happy to go on everyone's streams because everybody supported me as a whole. It wasn't like one person like with $100 million that helped me get through this. It was everybody donating $5 and $10 and all that added up. So if anybody wants me on their streams, I'll be glad to go on there. I understand people's hesitations not wanting to work with me because I literally put the last person who worked with me in federal prison. So we'll see how it goes. Wall Doodle says, my daughter did it. Just kidding. Yeah, that was actually me explaining 308 ammunition. It's just kind of hard to read. It's not very legible. It looks like a horse. Santa, what's that supposed to be?
I really don't.
I mean, you drew that like, what, 4 years ago? I'm pretty sure that's a math problem right there.
Yeah, I think it is too. But
it looks like 10 minus 11
equals 12, 1,020. But I can't read.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. They're asking if that's supposed to be a horse.
I don't know, but I believe I was trying to make a horse, donkey, and a dog combined.
A horse, donkey, and a dog combined? It was, she believes she was trying to make a horse, donkey, and dog combined. And then she was also doing math. You can't really see it. Can I zoom in? No, I can't. Oh, whoa. That's not what I wanted to do. So I can't zoom in, but there's a bunch of math problems. You can see where the old whiteboard was because the marker goes right up to it, and then that's like math right there. I'm probably going to paint the wall or maybe put up drywall. I don't know yet. I got to figure it out. We were just getting the house set up when I got indicted. I only had the house for what? Would have been just over 6 months when Justin got indicted. And then, all right, so that's 6 months. So a year and a half and I was in prison. She really likes Trumpy too. Better watch them drawings, yeah, right? Bullet point. FRT and Glock switches for everyone. She does not like me. Not sure where this conversation is going. Yeah. In my basement, I did half the wall and put under drywall and the other painted the daughter. Yeah, because they got a bunch of paint and stuff on the floor already. Like, because I let them do their art supplies down here. So I definitely want to paint the floor, I'm thinking. Because there's paint and marker and everything all over the floor. It's pretty ridiculous. What happened to your So we'll talk about all that stuff after I win my appeal. Dude, they literally tried to take everything away from you. They did. They did a pretty good job at it. He was talking about LTC. Tell your dad hi. Can we talk about the financial toll on your household? It was a lot. You guys helped me get through it all. Thank God. It's hard to snap back from something like that. The financial toll wasn't the big one. It was just the damage to my kids and stuff. My daughter now, my youngest, is going into first grade, and I got incarcerated when my oldest was going into first grade. And she was what, in 4K when the U.S. Marshals came and got me? So it's just been hell on them. I'm just glad to be past that chapter of my life. I think I will. I have pretty good confidence I will. The community stopped them. All right, have you ever had an Alaskan ballistics? It's a YouTube channel, and my really good friends, he built a 22-250 AR-10. The same reason I bet the 243 works better. Well, the 22-250's got a tapered case, and an AR-10 has a straight magazine. So you're really limited on the capacity you can put in there. If I was going to do it, I'd probably go 22 Creedmoor or 243, just because then I can go with a full magazine and it's going to cycle properly. But yeah, 22-250 is still a cool round too. Well, all your base points work great. Oil-based paint work great on concrete. Just clean it with muriatic acid. I'll have to try that out. Yeah, Obama sold a lot of guns. I'm sure about that. It's a good guy. We are collaborating in. Nice. You're gonna fly up there? That's John Crump News, TLC. Your uncle, if you did not figure it out. Oh, I do now, John Risto. I would like to go elk hunting with you sometime. That would be pretty awesome. But yeah, I didn't even read your username. That's pretty cool. So you were born in 1965? Is that what that's saying there? Will your rights be restored on the state level if you win? If I win, it's like it's never happened. It will be completely cleared off my record. Done. Then I go straight into lawsuit mode. I read that 500 million guns in the U.S. I actually just did a video where I brought up that stat, and I believe you are correct. John Crump's live stream a lot. Got banned from YouTube because of 3D printing back in 2022. I can't have a channel anymore. Ooh, that sucks. What were you printing on your 3D printer that you got banned? If dude didn't remember you, if dude did not remember you, but is in challenge area, who's lying? I'm not sure. If dude didn't remember you, but is charged in your area, I think you're talking about the ATF guy. No, he was definitely full of shit. But when you read how the prosecutor sent down the ATF and stuff, it was to intimidate him and to get a specific statement out of him. Like, I'm assuming they went down there, probably two agents, shoulder to shoulder, grabbed him, hey, come to the office, we need to talk to you, and just came out with the fire, and then he automatically went into defense mode, like, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't know this guy, and then Well, now they got him on statement, and you can't backpedal at that point. No, that is the number that they gave me. Born in 1954. That's like really old. I'm kidding, man. Give them hell. Right on, right on. I had an RPG tutorial explanation given core. It just counts as a modern rocket and is fully legal. PRS is a fun channel. I came out, I'm like, I'm not subscribed to Print Shoot Repeat because he just did a video on one of the FRT triggers, and I had to go subscribe to his channel. I'm old, and I was born in 1971. Tomorrow's my birthday. My birthday was actually January 12th, so I just passed my birthday. Just crazy. I'm in my 40s. This is ridiculous. Vietnam, 60. Wow. John is almost old enough to be my dad. Almost. FRT is everything. Happy belated birthday, Matt. Well, thank you. I had to make a Hello Kitty RPG. Hey, whatever happened to that one explosive channel? I can't think of the name of it, but I know like they were starting to come after him like right when I got incarcerated. Didn't know that CRS actually stood for Certified Specialist. My father was in World War II. Yes, kidding. Happy birthday. FPS Russia. No, not that guy. The guy that actually just did explosives. It was Explosive Lab, I think the name of the channel was. But the ATF and that were starting to come after him like right when I got incarcerated. I never had a follow-up of what actually happened with that. Happy belated birthday, brother. CRS HK stamp. He killed it. Thank you, sir. I am his mother's brother. How many videos do you have? How many videos do you have in a caliber for when you get your rights back in the chamber? Oh man, whole bunch of videos. Like I was literally getting ready to just do testing low pistol sights and tall pistol sights to see which one's faster. I already know the answer, but I wanted it actually on a shot timer so I could show you guys the information on that. Like there's a whole bunch of videos I need to do. Certified recovery specialist helps people in early recovery from drugs. Doesn't the rest of your studio and you don't reset your station, and you'll always be seen as the right thing to do next. Do you have a favorite YouTuber? Do I really? If there was a gun channel, I'd probably have to say Grantham. I mean, usually he talks about stuff I'm interested in. What happened to you was not random. They should make an example out. They should not want to make an example out of you. They were making people fear taxes used by the Nazis. I agree. I do think I need to drink water. I do think they were expecting a different result out of my case. I think they were expecting them to be able to like just crush me and scare the crap out of the entire community and make them bow down. I think that was their intent. It didn't go that way, but I'm pretty sure that's what their intent was. Bro figured out how to discover in the chat. Discord in the chat. Grantham has some neck issues that affect his voice. I didn't know that. Mario Cash, cross channel, built a huge community behind it. So when you're talking about communities like ham radio and stuff like that, they don't really mesh well Because, like, you have an audience specifically built for ham radios, and then you have an audience specifically built for guns. While there is some overlap, generally they come to your channel specifically to hear about guns, and this channel specifically to hear about ham radios. So, I mean, you can do some stuff, but it's weird. You still have your car? Sure do. Whoa. You were definitely targeted. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think, because obviously they tried to get an indictment on me right away and that failed. So then they went and just wrote my name right in the PSR and said that he was advertising the machine guns on this channel. So then immediately I started getting the fallout as if I would have been indicted in any way. Then I started automatically getting demonetized on YouTube. Now I have people doing stories about me. They were coming after me specifically. You stopped me from buying a Benelli. It's not that you shouldn't buy a Benelli. You shouldn't buy a Benelli M4. It was made specifically for military applications, and they made sacrifices because of what the military wanted. An M2 is a better choice. The M2 you can actually easily load it. It's not retarded expensive. If you're going to get a Benelli, M2 is the way to go, unless you're after the look specifically. But there are other shotguns out there, like the Berettas and stuff like that, that are just as good. I agree. CRS was framed. That charge is no F-150 single cab, short bed, 5-liter LO. That Charger. Not sure what conversation is there. Why were you all not allowed to argue that the auto key card was not a machine gun? Because that's a jury nullification argument. Because you can't put a question of law in front of the jury. So it needs to already be a fact that the auto key card's a machine gun. Because normally the process would be, all right, so the ATF doesn't like something. They send you a cease and desist. Then you file a TRO. It goes to civil court. The judge in the civil court determines whether it is or is not a machine gun. Then if the judge determines it is a machine gun and you continue to sell it, basically like what Rare Breed did, then you get indicted for a machine gun. The jury isn't supposed to have, oh, we're not sure if this is legal or not, but he did it even though we're not sure if it's legal or not. They have to know what your actions are for sure illegal. Now you're just asking the jury, did he or did he not do it? That's why you can't argue whether or not the auto key card is or is not a machine gun in front of the jury, because it's a jury nullification argument. We're arguing that they charged me with a crime, but the crime shouldn't exist or the crime doesn't have merit. That stuff's supposed to be handled before it ever goes to trial. That's why we couldn't argue that. Yep, I agree. They defrauded the living hell out of your rights. I agree. Yeah, they definitely did. The ATF was unconstitutional upon its founding. Yep. Nice choice. The ARC is awesome. I don't know why they don't actually go after real criminals. I guess they're dangerous and they're hard to deal with. Thank you for explaining the not being able to argue if it was or wasn't a machine gun. That makes sense now. Yeah, because you're not supposed to go to trial for drawing on a wall and then argue drawing on the wall is not illegal. They're only supposed to take you to the trial point if it's already a fact that what you did is illegal. Infringed, more like tried to make an example out of one. Infringed, more like tried to make an example of one of our lives. Yeah, I agreed. Oh, I 100% agree. I was low-hanging fruit. We were just getting established. We hadn't been around long enough to have a team of lawyers. Now, I shouldn't say we, because I wasn't even his partner, right? I'm just an advertising contract. But if he would have had a team of lawyers and stuff like that, he would have got indicted, and it would have never even came to me. But he went into court with a public defender. They took everything from him, froze bank accounts, He was left to basically just lie down and take it. Not even guilty pleas entered one of the legal offers. You were telling the court a crime was committed, and you want to move forward factually to defend yourself, that the argument is a legal one. I think I understand what you're saying, but you're not supposed to go to trial. Like, you're supposed to handle that in motions. The judge is supposed to look at it and be like, oh, yeah, there's no precedence of a drawing ever being a machine gun. The NFA doesn't regulate potential machine guns. It doesn't regulate schematics of machine guns. It doesn't regulate almost machine guns. It only regulates machine guns. And this particular definition says it has to be multiple parts. It can't be a single piece of steel. The judge wasn't supposed to let that go to trial. Because the judge allowed it to go to trial, that's saying that is in fact a machine gun. They were illegally sold. Now we're here to find out if you sold them or not. Do you explain to get your rights restored? So if I win, then it's like it never happened. Like that day, bam. From what I understand, I'll pass a 4473. Now I might have to. I heard some other person saying that after you win, then you have to sue to have your record deleted or removed or something like that. I don't know if that's true or not. We'll find out as I go through the process. But from what I understand, the second I win, it's like it never happened. Now, if I don't win and I have to go through the right restoration process, I do think that'll happen, but you never know. Because I should have also got the 821 and I didn't. Because they said it was a gun crime. But then they couldn't give me the enhancement because it wasn't a gun crime. So it's all weird. The jury is just as guilty as the judge. Thank you. I'm not going to say your name. SC for the support chat of the $5 support chat on my Only Tactical Fans at Shopify.com. Thank you. Expunged. Where are we at here? On top of all the dirty legal moves, the GTF lied across. Yeah, that was pretty bad. When the judge called the recess, because as soon as the ATF was like, I faked the machine gun test, I was like trying to stand up. My lawyer's like pushing me out. I was like, dude, it's not over yet. I'm like wanting to scream, checkmate, bitch, and then walk out of the courtroom because I thought that's what would happen. And the judge called it a recess because the judge picked up on it. Like, holy shit, the ATF just said they faked the machine gun test. And they needed a second to recoup. And I should have been like, Matt, you need to hammer that home. Like, make him repeat it multiple times that he faked the test so the jury knows what he's talking about because he talked in technical speak. I had plenty of time to think about this in county. And I'm like, I mean, he said it right in front of the jury. And I just kept mulling over what he said over and over and over again. I'm like, yeah, but I guess if you don't know anything about firearms, you wouldn't understand what he just explained. And because as soon as he said that, like, I'm trying to stand up, yell checkmate, and Matt's trying to push me down, and the prosecutor's face is red, and the judge is getting all flustered, and the judge calls a recess, and I should have been like, Matt, hammer that home, just don't let it up. But I'm assuming he thought the same thing I thought, that everybody heard it. Like, they just said, we're here to try a person for a machine gun when there is no machine gun. But yeah, then we came back in there. He kind of went on it again and got him to basically say the same thing, but it was all in technical speak. Like, oh, the auto key card. I'm paraphrasing. I don't have the transcripts in front of me, so bear with me. But essentially, he was like, the auto key card, we cut it low enough so it doesn't interact with the bolt carrier. This way we could also put in every AR-15 bolt carrier ever made, and it's still going to work. But we use the auto key card to wedge in the receiver to hold back the secondary hook on the hammer. So the hammer just follows the bolt home and is firing on something called hammer follow. And Matt's like, so I could just take the secondary hook out of any AR-15 and get the same result? And he was like, yes. Basically saying that he turned every AR-15 receiver designated now as a machine gun receiver. It was wild. And Like I said, I should have been like, Matt, you need to just hammer that home. Like, just beat him up on it and keep going and keep going and keep going. But in my opinion, at that point in time, it was already to the point where the jury should have understood that, hey, he just said he faked the test and he faked the video to try to get you guys to find me guilty. There is no machine gun, so why are we here at trial in the first place? But that didn't happen. Hindsight's 2020. Maybe it wouldn't have even made a difference. Maybe if he would have even got the ATF guy to say, I faked the test, everyone, the jury still might have found me guilty, because it's not whether or not the auto key card is or is not illegal. It's whether or not I participated in the sale of the auto key card. Because even in the jury instructions, they wrote it doesn't need to convert a firearm to a machine gun, and they didn't need to know it was illegal. Those were qualifiers that didn't need to be met. So we'll see. Anyways, thank you, JJ. Oh, right there. Thank you. You just threw me $20 at my shop, only thing I can find is at shopify.com. Appreciate it. And guys, it really does make a difference. Like, you may not think that your little $5 or $10 or $1 or $20 make it really does, because a whole bunch of people throw those $20 on top of each other and they add up. 10 people donating $20 is $200. Like, you wouldn't think it, but it really does add up, and thank you. So don't feel like you're not doing enough or anything like that, because you are. Like I said, it was a cumulative support that got me through this. Not one individual person. There were a couple individuals that did a lot. Like, really, really did a lot. And thank you if you're watching. But generally, it was an accumulative thing. Like, everybody just working together to get me through this. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. All right, where were we? Man, I was on a rant there. But yeah, trial was wild. That was different. By the time the end of the trial, I kind of already know when you start yelling objections and stuff. But first going in there, it's just so intimidating. And I was up on the 10th floor, and down in Florida, it's weird because, like, Wisconsin, you have trees and stuff, right? So you can't really see the curvature of the earth. But being on the 10th floor, you can actually, like, see the earth curve, and you get height anxiety. I couldn't even go by the windows. It was just too much for me. But yeah, it was something else. Trial was definitely something else. It was very eye-opening. It does not go down at all like in the movies. Like, if the movies were realistic, when he was like, I did order the code red, it wouldn't have made a difference. They would have still prosecuted the two guys. They would have still found him guilty, and that colonel would have walked free. That's how it works in real life. Because they would have given him not qualified immunity, but anybody that testifies gets immunity. So, like, in A Few Good Men, when they got him to admit that he had done everything, it wouldn't have mattered. He would have had immunity. So now he's immune from the crime. The ATF guys, immunity. So even though he admitted to perjury and breaking the law, to the best of my understanding, there's nothing we can do about it because he has immunity. Did you get to moderate the jury selection? Yes. Which was insanely boring. There was only like 5 people that would have made a difference on the jury, and they were immediately removed. Like, there was one guy that was a lawyer that was, because the judge was like, and you will follow the laws as I explain them. He's like, what are you talking about? You can't explain the laws. The law is the law. There's no explaining the law or running the law different. The law is what the law is. He would have found me innocent. Then there was the guy that was like, I believe in the Second Amendment. I'm like, man, you couldn't have kept your mouth shut. Immediately, he was gone too. Because each side, you have a jury pool, and then the defense and the prosecution each gets to start eliminating people. How many is it? Is it 6 total? We each get to eliminate 6 people. So then the leftovers are people that we don't think are leaning one way or the other. The idea is you're supposed to get a fair jury. You're supposed to remove everybody that would automatically go one way or the other, and then you get your fair jury, your jury of your peers, your unbiased jury. Does that make sense? Rule of 3, but not for me. Correct. When you called the government out on their agent, when you called the government out on their explicit agent that hammer follow, You justify rejected the agent to the was U.S. Marine Corps for 20 years. They tried to say he was barely qualified. Oh yeah. All right. Now I understand what you're saying. Oh yeah, they were trying to play him off by saying that he was barely qualified to be a firearms. How did they word that? It was in the appeal. So we were like, hey, this guy couldn't even make the auto key card, convert a firearm to a machine gun. If he can't do it, no one can. And they were like, well, he's not even an expert. He's just an amateur. And they had him testify against me. And then okay, so he was an armor for the Marine Corps for 20 years and he's an amateur. We're pretty sure he knows how to do it. And he even testified he had 15 different variances of AR-15s he could have tried this auto key card on, and none of them worked. 1,500 different tries. Not a single one worked when he cut the auto key card out on the lines. Ridiculous. Subject matter expert. Armor, I think he might. If I had only one AK for shit hits the fan, which one would you pick? Man, that's a hard question. Because I want to say an AK-74, just because it's a far better round. But the AK-47 has far more available ammunition. I'm not an AK fan. I'm not. I would definitely pick an AR-15 because they're cheaper and they're better. But every AK is an individual. It doesn't really matter on the brand. It would if I were to pick one AK that I would run for the end of the world, it would be one that I've already had. I already know it runs properly, and I already know it shoots less than 6 minutes of angle. I'd want it to be somewhere around at least like between 3 and 4 MOA before I'd even consider it. And it needs to run without malfunctions, and I don't want to have too many rounds through it because they wear out pretty quickly. But that's how it would be one that I trust. One I've got plenty of trigger time on. I know how it works. I have a general understanding of how it's zeroed, and it's within 3 to 4 MOA. Any higher than 4 MOA, I'm just not interested. I know most AKs are like 5 and 6 MOA. I don't want any of those. I need at least 4 MOA or less. Spelling Nazi alert. Ammo availability and reload would be a big factor. Marine small arm repair technicians. ARs can have a dozen different calibers, uppers. Not for the AK. No, if you want to put the AK in a different caliber, you're going to have a fully furnished machine shop, and you're going to need to know what you're doing. AR over AK for the win. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. There's no question in my mind. Once upon a time, before this certain president came along and basically priced the AK out of the market by regulating a bunch of ammunition and other crap, like now all of a sudden you got to cut the AK barrel up, which I heard that was changed, so I guess you don't know. Then the AK was the cheaper choice. The AKs were around like $300. AR-15s were around $800. Since then, things have changed. It's just not that way anymore. So now I would go with an AR-15 mostly for the standardization. Is not a bigger bullet 7.62. Oh, no. Because, all right, so there's two big things you're looking at when it comes to bullets, right? You're looking at kinetic energy that describes what kind of energy the bullet is actually carrying. And then you're looking at the velocity, because you want to be over 2,200 feet per second. The 7.62 by 39 drops under 2,200 feet per second at like 50 yards. The 5.45 carries 2,200 feet per second out to a couple hundred yards. Faster is better. It's going to fly flatter. It's going to be easier to shoot, and it's going to put more damage on the target. Yes, 7.62 by 39 has more kinetic energy, so it'll be able to penetrate deeper, but the 545 is going to distribute that kinetic energy into the target faster because it's going to peel off its velocity faster. I don't know the kinetic energies offhand, but we'll pretend they're both the exact same. The 7.62x39 has a higher potential of going through the target and carrying a bunch of kinetic energy with it, where the 545 has a better potential of stopping in the target and delivering 100% of the kinetic energy. Does that make any sense? Did they use special light primers for the testing? Yes, that's what he was saying, because in order for this auto key card to work with slam fire, the AR-15 does not expose the firing pin until the bolt is fully into battery. So you can't have a fire out of battery situation. It's not possible with an AR-15. So because of the firing pin has like no momentum to set off the primer, they tested it with a whole bunch of different ammunitions and different primers until they found one that was able to fire. That ammunition would have went full auto on any AR-15 by removing the secondary catch without an auto key card in it. 545 is impossible to find. That is an issue. That really is. Obama really screwed up that one. Yeah, I've been reloading. You should have been start. Mass times velocity squared. Lovely dude. Dude, how can we donate? Description doesn't help. All right, so the best way to do it if you're trying to like do a super chat right now is you can either zoom in on this thing right here and take a picture of it. That's a QR code that'll take you to my Cash App. Otherwise, my Cash App is Hoover Family 1520, and then just write in the little note what you want me to read on the camera. Real bolt does BC specific higher, smaller, faster, or bigger, slower, over 2,200 feet per second? The debate will never end. Well, if they're both going to be over 2,200 feet per second, I'm going to go with bigger and heavier, just because America. But if I have to choose between 2,200 feet per second and not 2,200 feet per second, I'm going with 2,200 feet per second. Obama tried, yeah, he was definitely trying to get rid of the green tips as well. Oh, another way for donation too is you can go to my Shopify, and then there's little donation tabs. Otherwise, just buy merch. I like selling merch better, honestly. It makes me feel like I'm not just taking money from you, and I'm giving you a service in return, whether that's MREs, T-shirts, hats, something like that. It just feels cleaner to me, if that makes any sense. Because I've been having you guys support me for so long, I'd just rather return a service back to you. But here's Only check fans at Shopify.com right there. BC is king, yes. Unless, of course, you're in close quarters, then it doesn't really matter. But and donate a couple of bucks to you and on your Shopify the other day. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, it's all of you guys working together that have pulled me through this. Like your community, I can't speak. Your collective help is what pushed me through. Thank you. I need to start a coffee to probably couldn't hurt. Yeah, I will. I will ultimately do a coffee. Right now, I got life straws coming in pretty quick here, and then tourniquets. And from there, I was thinking like maybe like the space blankets. And then I just see some the other day too that I was like, oh, that would work great for the store. I have no idea what it was. I can't remember. I wish I would have written it down. For $10, he gives a free. Come on, don't get me to agree to stuff I can't deliver on. Those patches you sent that were misspelled, I looked like the twin. Oh, yeah, we're not going to talk about that one. Welcome home, happy. Buy me a coffee is a donate site. Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have to look into that. What do you think of the Daisy M1 BB gun? Is that old lever action one? Because I hated that as a kid. And I didn't realize it as a kid, but I have to put it between my legs and basically point the muzzle at my face and grab the lever and pull it up like this to be able to cock that thing. That was not a fun gun as a kid. I don't know why my dad didn't get me a CO2 gun. Survival sleeping bags. The survival sleeping bags, like the space ones, I can probably do, but once the sleeping bag gets so big, the shipping cost goes through the roof. I mean, the MREs already, you got to buy a couple of them to offset the shipping cost. Because MREs are actually pretty heavy. I didn't know that, but they're pretty heavy. And that would be the same problem with the sleeping bag, because it would take up such a large box that shipping would probably be like $30. So you'd have to buy a whole bunch of stuff. That's why I like the patches and the little stuff too, because the shipping is reasonable. I can ship just about anything for $5. Do you have a heavy bag to work? No, I don't have a heavy bag. I need to do some sort of cardio because I'm putting on weight. When I got out, I'm like, hey, I want to get up to like 180 and I want to get just shredded. Well, I'm almost to 180, but a lot of it's in my belly. I still do cardio like at least 2 days a week. Usually like 100 burpees with like 300 push-ups, run the stairs and do a bunch of squats, or I'll do like a leg cardio workout. But I'm hoping once I get off house arrest, I'll be moving around a little bit more and I'll be able to turn more of my weight into muscle. Because you need to put on a belly to put on muscle. That's just the way it is. Unless, of course, you're shooting juice. But I'm not shooting juice right now, so it's a balance, right? And because I'm on house arrest, I'm not moving around barely at all. And a lot more than I'd like is going to the old belly. Where's wifey? She should make an appearance. Let me go ask her if she wants to. Paste. Why isn't it working? Sorry, guys. 1 second here. Let me just get this down right quick. Copy. Hey, hop on for a second. They want you to make an appearance. Apparently doesn't like. Yeah, she's not a live stream person. She don't like YouTube at all. She did it because she didn't have a choice. She really put a lot of effort while you were gone. I know. She really did. She took care of the kids, kept the house up, kept the bills paid, kept the YouTube channel going. She was going full steam until that NBC article came out and just really ripped the legs out from underneath her. I'm amazed you all got through this. Had just subscribed, even that all went down. Yeah, that was a rough run. She did an amazing job. I agree. She really did. What if you had to go to a doctor's appointment? Oh, man. Doctor's appointment in prison are absolutely miserable. So they have like a little, what would you even call it? Not like a trauma center. It really isn't. I mean, they got tourniquets and stuff, so I don't know, not like a crash cart. Basically, I got a tummy ache. How's your tummy feel? Oh, it hurts right there. Oh, all right. So we'll schedule you to go to the doctor. So what you're going to do is they're going to pull you out without telling you, because they think it's a security threat if you know ahead of time. You might call home and be like, hey, I'm going to the hospital. Meet me there and break me out of prison or something like that. So you go there. You're going to go down to R&D, and then they're going to shackle you. And you're going to be shackled the whole entire time. So that's chain around the waist, hands cuffed down to the waist, legs in a shackle. And you're going to all load up on a bus. And you're going to sit on that bus. And because there's a whole busload of people, like 40 people at the doctor's appointment, you're going to go there and you're going to sit on the bus till all 40 people have a doctor's appointment. As you know, typically a doctor appointment is between 1 hour to 30 minutes. They move them through pretty quickly, but you're still looking at least 30 minutes a person. So you're on that bus for like, oh man. The last one I went to, they pulled me at like 6 a.m. And then I got back to the unit at like 4 in the afternoon. You're shackled the whole time. You're just miserable. There is a toilet on the bus, but you can't poop in it. You have to pee only. The U.S. Marshals will make you shit your pants. You're not allowed to shit while you're in transit. And even though sometimes you're in transit for like 14 hours, they'll make you shit your pants. So that's disgusting. But yeah, doctor's appointments while you're incarcerated are absolutely awful. If you can, wait till you're on the street. I mean, sometimes you got to go, but if you can, wait till you're on the street. Can I go to make money from Uncle Mike? Usually have to pay extra for this essentials. Yes, I am top 5. I found out if I win tomorrow. Are you talking about the Gundys?
Hello.
Hey, you want to hop on real quick? They want you to make an appearance. Like, just pop down here. I sent you a link. You can just do it right from your phone.
Oh, what?
You want to hop on the live stream real quick? They want you to make an appearance. I sent you a link on your phone if you just want to do it from there. I'll just come down here and pop on.
I look like a hobo.
No one cares.
Uh,
Well, I care, but no.
maybe. Love you, bye.
All right, love you too. Bye. I remember you saying on your channel that you were going to Las Vegas. Good luck, man. Love the avatar. Definitely a fan of Negan. Are you going to attempt to restore your rights? If I win, I don't have to. They automatically come back. But if not, then yeah, I'll do what I can. Huh?
Where's the other chair?
In the office. Wifey is a hobo model. They said you could be a hobo model.
No, I'm not. I said a hobo.
Huh?
A hobo.
What about a homo?
Oh my gosh.
A hobo.
I'm saying hobo. What are you saying?
A hobo with a riding crop? I collect the Zippos. Oh, that's what I could... Babe, that's what we could put on the channel next. Zippos.
What?
Zippo lighters. Little Zippo lighters?
Yeah, right. They'll probably ban us.
Maybe. Oh,
Why you always gotta calm me down when I'm in my mother mode?
why were you doing?
I was just, I'm not all uppity up and my clothes are all hobo-ish.
Yeah. Just slumming it down.
Yeah.
Oh, reading hard. Love you, man. Thank you, man.
There she is. Oh God. I can't believe you showed me this nature.
Your natural habitat.
Yeah. Hi, Kurt.
I love to see you CRS custom Zippos. We could. I mean, we'll see what all happens. No,
Yeah,
Here,
I can.
You just read them off and then click on them.
Can your wife still have guns, or does her rights get stripped too? It almost seems that way.
Well, I mean, she obviously can't in the house or anything. So, I mean, what's the point? So, if she's not around me and she's not at the house, now she can have a gun.
Hi, crazy guy. Hi, Drew.
Sure. Oh, well, we'll stop by if you're going to be in the area.
Rich said he was in Wisconsin
Mm-hmm.
a couple times, though. One time he did visit, the other time he didn't. He didn't let me know he's in or by Chicago. Serious, what if you need a doctor now that you're home?
So, I would either have to call the halfway house and be like, hey, I'm bleeding out of my ears. I need to go in immediately. And then they just let the ankle monitor people know not to call the police when I leave the premises. And that'd be that. Otherwise, if I scheduled an appointment, then I'd file for a pass. And I think I gotta give like a week notice or something like that. So I just schedule a doctor appointment out a week, file the paperwork, and then I'd have a pass to go there and back.
Damien, we love you too.
Oh, thanks, guys.
You know she's loved when you're still there. Are you joking? I'm gonna slap. No. Wait.
When does the parole end? So there is no parole in federal prison. They quit that in, I think, 84 or 85 or something like that. It was in the 80s. I don't remember the exact date. So federal prison works on, you got 85%. That's what you're going to do. Now, if you program, you can get that lower. You can have time taken off of that on top. So right now I'm in what's halfway house because Trump told everyone like, hey, don't what?
No, I'm not doing that, Crump. What? He's like, I'll pay you $5 if Eric quacks like a duck. No.
So there is no parole. I got out early because I did programming with good time and stuff like that, but I'm still technically in custody. Now, the latest I will be in custody would be, you can click on stuff.
No, it's in my way. I couldn't read them.
Would be July. That's if the appeal goes bad. But I should be off before then.
Someone said they're in Appleton.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Read this one.
If they wouldn't let you question whether it was an illegal item or not, how do things get to the Supreme Court? Like taking a case over supposedly illegal assault rifle to the Supreme Court.
Well, normally that's on a civil level. It's the GOA suing that, hey, they made assault rifles illegal, but they're not. Rarely ever does a legal question like this go up on a criminal case. It can, like in the one bump stock case, but what would happen is now that we're past trial, now we argue whether or not it's illegal in the appellate courts, and we're like, hey, there shouldn't have even been a trial. Like, this isn't illegal, and that's what would be going up to the Supreme Court. Does that make sense?
That's our cousin, right? John, right here.
No, that's Johnny's dad.
What do you mean?
From Minnesota, not Minnesota, Montana. Johnny Russell.
Oh,
That's his dad.
Oh, I've never met his dad. I don't think.
You never know.
I don't think. Only his
He bought
mom.
me my first PlayStation as a kid.
Oh.
Yeah, took me deer hunting and everything. He was pretty awesome. Oh, what did he say?
Hope to meet everyone in April. Will let your dad know when I get in town.
All right.
UK, huh? Wow.
That's a long way away.
Yeah.
A picture of a part should be First Amendment. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. That's probably what the appellate courts are going to say. Because I don't think they want to make it go away on a Second Amendment thing because that's all like politically weird still. It'd be easy to be like, oh, that was covered by the First Amendment. Get it out of here.
District 3 judge panel at circuit, unbunk at circuit Supreme Court.
Yes, that's how it goes up. Yeah, I'm at the 3-judge panel right now.
Yeah, I think he was responding to.
Oh,
that guy.
Love your videos with Scar. I can't have a Scar again. I'm gonna win my appeal, and that's right at the top of the list of rifles to get is a Scar.
You know, if you went in and get to shoot again, you're probably gonna suck so bad.
No, I think it's like riding a
I'm
bike.
just giving you shit.
Well, don't make me have nightmares. I've actually had them.
No,
I'm
you
serious.
forgot how to.
Yeah, 'cause I was at the gun range and I was like working the action and the safety, and it just wouldn't go, and I couldn't figure out why not. What's in April?
My birthday.
Yes, it is. Ankle monitor, MRI. 60 ankle monitor and an MRI.
You may break your leg.
You're going to get the Gen 2 new Scar. No, I'm old school. I like the old M16s. I like the old Scars. I like the old M1As. I'm a purist. Well, not really. I shouldn't say, because I'm definitely not. But I like the look of. I grew up in the 80s. I'm a 90s kid. I like the guns that are in Black Hawk Down and stuff like that. So
Black Hawk Down. Okay, so it's from that movie. I just had to.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, that one guy, yeah. He said, I loved how you used the big butcher knife as a pointer when you did videos at the store, but you can't even have knives either.
Well, it's not that I can't have knives. I can't have anything that's modified to harm a human.
Well,
that's why
when you were in what was it called? Signature Bond, you couldn't have number. We had to get rid of all of them.
Mm. How do you see the ban of 3D printing? It's a legal chess game. We'll see what happens now. What's happening now is to set up for something in probably like 5 to 10 years. We'll have to see how it goes then. I don't know if you can hear my 3D printer just going in the background. My daughters love that thing. Non-stop printing.
It's an obsession. It's like a freaking, like, as soon as they're done with school and homework, they're boom, down there.
Yeah.
And they'll sit there and just watch it. It's just like the material is that they've used already is just
They have burned a lot of
a
filament.
lot. And then they just print it and then they don't even touch it afterwards. Really.
Well, it's the creation they enjoy.
And they just like going through the whole phone thing and then
Yep.
a knife is a tool. I mean, apparently.
Good evening, my friends. The M9's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Of course, they're just attacking the First Amendment. Well, yeah, because the First Amendment's it's difficult to attack, and obviously they had to work on the Second Amendment first to just make sure that we weren't going to have any problems with that, and then they started going after the First Amendment. It's not that I can't own a knife or something like that. It's that I'm not even taking the chances because I'm going to win my appeal. So why even risk going back to prison and having to sit there while I win my appeal? Now, if I knew I wasn't going to win my appeal, like period, things might look differently. I don't know, but I'm sure I'm going to win. So I don't even play around with it. I can't donate without a debit card. Well, there's the address. It's a Peel. Type it in.
Oh, it's P.O. Box 223, but Drew said Cash App takes debit cards. Black eye on the side.
It's all about lighting. That's why I have to wear a backwards hat. But here's the actual address if you wanted to send something physical. Was the SIG mistake of the military contract Glocker Beretta? I don't really know. I mean, I like SIG. They did get an awful lot of contracts. It's kind of suspicious, but it is what it is. When you win, you'll be able to get your old guns back. We'll talk about that after I win. Did you ever point a pen in the wrong direction?
Don't even point a pen in the wrong
Correct.
direction.
I'm not doing anything. I thought I did that wrong. Are you gonna crash that app, brother? Crush that appeal? I think so.
Aww. Thank you.
Well, read it out what they said. Just got a Cash App donation.
Erica, great job jumping into a job you never wanted and keeping this alive. Thank you. I don't even know how I did it. Like, I think I was just like, what do they call it? Like, I don't even.
Robot mode?
Yeah, like, I don't even know.
Like, the biggest fear in the world is being in front of the camera. And look at her. Right there in front of the camera.
Stop. Don't put me on. I get too good stuff.
So I got a Cash App donation from Stu. Slaw?
Yeah.
For happy you are home. Thank you, Slaw. I really do appreciate it. And he sent $15. Thank you.
Yeah, the outtakes. I laughed at a lot of my outtakes, especially when she was editing for me in the beginning before I learned. And I didn't even know Pop would be doing shit behind me. And I watched the video. That shit was fun. She's a little shithead.
Yeah, this cat loves to eat human food, but pukes every time. So you can't leave anything on the table because she'll sneak up to.
She's been begging. Like every time we.
What was that?
I don't know.
Was that a cat?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Anyways, she loves human food. Absolutely loves it. So you can't leave any food on the table because always when no one's looking, she'll sneak up there and she'll get some real quick.
No, I think it's the butter. She loves butter. And I think we forget to put the butter
And it makes her puke every time. I'll be like, oh, the girls left a cup of milk on the table. Later, I'll find like a pile of vomit on the floor.
or she'll dump and then
Yeah,
store it.
spill the milk. She's a shithead.
No, yeah, and then every time we're eating food, she's just sitting there like a dog.
Yeah.
And then trying
Staring
to
up.
Yeah, and put her paw. Like tonight, I had to give her some of my chicken because she won't leave me alone. The parent stuff and listen.
Oh, what do we got here?
That's what's stopping me from doing a YouTube channel is that I just can't be in front of a camera. I don't even like being on camera for meetings at work. Just gets my anxiety through the roof. I know, me too. Yeah. Plus, then I feel like you have to filter yourself, and it's really hard because I just want to be like myself. And then, like with all that time, I had to bite my tongue and stuff. And I just there's days where I was so angry. I was like, oh, I'm going down there and I'm just gonna fucking say everything. And then I was like, nope, you can't. Just zip.
Yelp, yelp.
The cats always tried to interrupt when Erica made a video. I know. Either pissing or shitting or just like annoying me.
Yeah. Thanks for giving us something to do on the plane. Yeah, not a problem, Carl.
Dark wishes he had a dog that puked.
Yeah.
I think you need a PACER access for all the U.S. legal documents because it's federal. Oh, I have access to PACER. For sure.
What is that?
That looks like a wolf.
No, is that the like Thundercats, or is that a new Hellcat or something?
I don't know. The problem is I like to tell people to F off all the time. It's nice being off camera because then I could just be, see? I'm the same way. Dude, she did such a great job, and she would read the notes you would write to us. Occasionally, we got to hear you over the phone. Eric, thank you. You're going to get me all red.
Thundercat.
Oh, some people think that card was about a full auto when in reality it was about a First Amendment.
Yeah, 100%.
She's got her butt fucking feelings hurt. She's just a sense.
Yeah. I hate when people go out in public. In public. Go
I
out.
hate when I go out in public and public is there, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's why I don't
get-
have friends because I just I don't trust them. People are not
Yeah.
especially like the women, they're so drama and they just won't shut up.
Shows your age if you know it's a Thundercat.
I'll be honest, I love when we all had to wear because I could literally mouth fuck you under my breath and nobody knew it, right?
Yeah. That's a little cynical. Recognize that sign?
I do. I recognize him too. He commented a lot.
Oh, we got Rich.
Oh gosh, I'm out. Laughing.
Well, hi.
Oh, now I can't. Yeah, remember to turn it up. You
Talk
tell
again.
him.
Hey, talk again. I'm trying to adjust the audio.
Oh, okay. I mean, you've been live. Is it
There we
for
go.
a while or what?
Yeah. We're at about an hour and 43 minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's the time when we got off, and we were
Yeah.
so close. Tell that story.
We were holding the headset like this talking, and then come to find out we could just turn up the dial.
You did. He was like, "Oh, does he do this?" I laughed so hard afterwards.
So we just turned up the volume now so we don't have to hold the headset up to our heads.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm hanging out here at we got a house at SHOT Show, and
Nice.
I was out in the desert testing some optics and stuff like that today.
Now, is it just press right now at SHOT Show?
Well, SHOT Show hasn't officially started. Tomorrow is range day, so industry range day, and it's media till noon, and then buyers come in like noon to 4.
Oh, okay.
And then tomorrow night, I'm Crumpy's date for the Gundies.
Aww,
Nice.
So cute.
You think
Yeah,
he's going to
so-
win?
I hope. I mean, it'd be nice if they honored him.
Right. Yeah, I'm hoping to win once I get all done with this stuff. I don't know why. I
Yeah,
just
it'd be
wanted
fun
it.
to have you out.
Rich, please, y'all, don't.
The plane.
Uh-oh.
They're telling you to stay
I
away
don't see
from
the
planes.
comments. Oh, wait, here's the comments. Okay, yeah, I'm on my phone right now, so I really don't have the comments on.
Gotcha. You gotta get 2 phones.
Yeah, I haven't, literally, we just we got to the house here, we went shopping, we're hanging out, smoking cigars, talking smack, and I just realized, I'm like, holy cow, I told Matt like an hour plus ago I would jump on.
That's no big deal.
Wait, you smoke cigars?
Occasionally, at SHOT Show.
Oh.
Oh
Wow,
man,
Erica.
good times. This guy right here helped me out so much. Like he just held my girl's hand through learning all the technical works of YouTube, which I do appreciate.
Yeah, me too. There's times where I'm like, I'm so.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to say this the wrong way, but Erica's first videos were absolute train wrecks.
Oh my
and
gosh,
you've come so far.
I am not gonna get offended to that because they were bad.
I mean, I was jump cutting. I was like splicing words together. It was the first videos you did. Woo. So, but yeah, you're killing it. You started editing on your own, doing everything on your own, and posting and doing the thought. I was shocked. Like you picked it up fast.
I did do that all myself, didn't I? I really did. Holy shit! It's still processing. Everything is still processing.
Yeah, and it's I don't know what you've been talking about here, but
just chatting it up.
Like you in jail, it was always so messed up. It's like, sending you messages through the prison mail system. I tried sending you a letter once, and it was too many pages, and they sent it back.
Yeah, they put all types of roadblocks in for communication with the outside world.
And basically, they made you pay for everything. I didn't realize, so I was messaging you, just before you got out. You're like, yeah, don't send me any more emails. I'm like, what? And I didn't know you had to pay for that.
Yeah, they call it TrueLink minutes. It's every minute it costs you a TrueLink minutes, and you get.
It was TrueLink for you or CoreLinks?
Maybe it's CoreLinks. I think it's TrueLinks though.
CoreLinks. Well, on our end, it's called CoreLinks.
Yeah, I think it's called TrueLinks on the inside, and then you buy the TrueLinks minutes. It's $30 for 600 of them, and that's 600 minutes. And I'm a slow typer, and that's timing you while you read and while you resend them.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd spend roughly like $30 a week on emails.
Oh shoot!
Well, when you first went to jail, that's when it was the most expensive. It was like $1,000 a week for you.
Yeah, that's wild.
But you could talk anytime. Like there wasn't no limit.
You're talking about county.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was in the beginning in jail.
Because a little 75 cents of potato chips was like $4. A ramen noodle was like $2.75, and then it was $5 a phone call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you got to prison, it got a little cheaper, except for the trips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, so it's amazing to be able to talk to you and text you and email with all of the prison bowl.
I appreciate you helping me out with all this 3D printed stuff too.
I think there's cool stuff coming out.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now that you're teaching me how to actually design my own stuff and that, I'll be rolling out merch on my store in no time.
Yeah, if the kids let you.
Yeah, if they ever get off the printer. It's going right now printing some toy.
Oh, that's great. I mean, oh my gosh. If my dad had something like that, like my dad actually made me Lincoln logs, like all custom Lincoln logs.
Yeah.
I mean, but a 3D printer, that's crazy.
You made like a little battery thing. That thing was
this little battery stand where the batteries go down this little slide thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait, did that knife thing ever sharpen?
Yeah. I got your knife very sharp.
I can't wait.
I didn't use the really fine grit, so I can't shave with it, but I can take it there.
It's not meant to shave.
I'm just saying, because now I got a blade guard, I can get the perfect 15-degree angle every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3D print is crazy. I'm good.
Rich is an awesome friend.
You keep interrupting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm like, are you? Or is that something you just said? Yeah.
No, I didn't.
And who is that said that?
Me?
No,
what?
The guy's name. It's a bunch of letters.
No, I'm looking at the name on the.
Oh.
Yeah. for RC tank. Oh my gosh, there's some guy, I think it's RC Flight Test on YouTube. He built a RC tank that goes like 40 miles an hour. You know, it's small.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you look out there, people are doing like crazy stuff.
Honestly, you should make a
that-
channel
that-
on 3D printing because, man, those videos are addicting. Like just going through the process, like, oh, I tried this didn't work, so now I'm doing this, and it didn't stick, so I've made cobwebs in this print. And
Wait, what is in Xana? She's
Well,
always.
it's spaghetti. I call it spaghetti.
that's a really good idea.
I know.
Because, yeah, most of it would just
Oh,
be
I got to pimp.
thing.
Yeah.
I got to pimp my Definition knives. You know, my knife company.
Nice. Is that an auto?
So that, no, it's a roller lock.
Okay.
So definitionknives.com for your finest EDC cutlery.
right on.
Well, we actually talked when you're in prison. I'm like, hey, you mind if I do an AI with you pimping the knife?
I heard it was funny. I didn't get to see it, though.
Thank you, William.
No, I actually didn't do it. I was going to do that. But I didn't. Is that Crumpy?
Yep.
I thought Crumpy's in the air right now.
Yeah, he is. Put a jet engine on mobile. I got a K-bar knife here. Nice. I like K-bar. They're pretty cool. They're nice slicers. Not much for well, I guess it depends on the brand or the model. But usually they're not very good for batoning or field crafts. They're more of slicers. Anyway, we should probably wrap this up anyways. We've been on for about 2 hours.
How do you tell? Where?
Right there.
All right, man.
Oh.
I appreciate you popping on, Rich.
Top
It's
left,
good to see
the
you.
red where it says live.
Thank you for all the help.
Yeah. We'll have to get you. Oh, dude, it's the least I could do. I mean, you are the one that's helped a lot of people, and so whatever I could do to pay it back, that's just how it goes.
I don't think about it paying back. Just thank you for helping.
That sauce, that steak sauce, I've made it before. I forgot about it, and now I'm I could drink that stuff.
Yeah, I actually found that. So the red wine reduction sauce I found on a YouTube video, and I just started making that.
Yeah.
So Matt and family came to my house, and I cooked you guys filet mignon with the red wine reduction sauce.
Mm. And then I made it home like twice because it takes time, I feel like.
I never got to try our homemade stuff because I got incarcerated shortly after that.
Oh. Yeah, dude, I'm just so glad.
We had it on the way for trial, didn't we?
You know?
Yeah, that's
Rich
right.
made it for us.
Yep.
But all right, Rich. I'm going to sign
All right,
off.
man.
You guys have a good night. Appreciate everyone popping in. Thank you for
Bye,
all the
guys.
donations. Don't forget to shop at OnlyTechFans at Shopify.com. Help support the channel.